Hi everyone, today I'd like to tell you about the Motospeed CK61 gaming, or in my case typing keyboard. Before I get into it, of course I need to mention that I got this keyboard for free from BZFuture.com, but I'll be doing my best to give a fair and objective review. BZFuture is one of the best places to get high performance products at a low price. They specialize in selling gaming setup brand product combos, so it's easy to pick the right products quickly. In addition, they're also holding an anniversary promotion at the moment, so definitely be sure to check out what they have available. To start, I'd like to basically tell you what it says on the box. I got this with KL box white switches, which I'll talk about more in a little bit. It's obviously a 60% keyboard, and it comes with a USB-C cable, which I think is nice. It also comes with a keycap puller. If you have any more keyboards, I'm sure you have 20 of these lying around, but if this is going to be your first mechanical keyboard, which I'm guessing it will be for many people, that is nice to have. It also has LED backlighting, which I think looks pretty good on this keyboard. There are over 16.8 million RGB backlighting options, and there are 14 stylish light modes by default. Another thing worth mentioning is that it does not come equipped with Bluetooth functionality. I don't really like Bluetooth, so this doesn't really bother me at all, but if you want something wireless, then this is not your keyboard. Finally, and perhaps what's most exciting about this keyboard, is even though it's like a fully real legit mechanical keyboard, it's only $47. But now here's the question, can this keyboard compete with, let's say, an $80 mechanical keyboard or a $200 mechanical keyboard? That's what I'd like to try and answer today. First, let me start off by telling you what I like about this keyboard, because there's a lot I do like. The KL box white switches actuate at 1.8mm and bottom out at 3.6mm. They also have a 50 gram operating force and bottom out at 55 grams of force. Actuating at 1.8mm and bottoming out at 3.6 is very standard, and pretty much what you'll find with most mechanical switches. 50 grams is a little bit light, but with the click that these have in them, it's not like it's a problem at all. I really like these switches. I think the most distinguishing part about them is they have two clicks. I'll demonstrate this more later, but they have a click when you actuate them, and then they also click when you lift up your finger, so double the clicks. Your housemates might hate you for using this keyboard, but does that really matter when you're having this much fun? Each key is also supposed to last up to 800 million clicks, which is basically forever. Good luck pressing one key 800 million times. It's hard to describe how a keyboard feels because they're also similar but also different at the same time. One thing that I found is that keycaps almost play as much of a role in keyboard feel as much as the key switches. These are ABS double shot keycaps, and they have a little bit of a frosted feel. I haven't used this keyboard a ton, but so far there are no fingerprints and the legend still looks good. I know I'm just throwing out words that don't really mean much of anything, but I would say that this keyboard is very sharp and crisp, but you'll have to let me know what you think if you get this keyboard. As far as aesthetics go, I would say that this is a good looking keyboard. It has a dark design and the LEDs really pop, and I don't really know if the camera does that justice. And of course, the 60% design is always sleek. Another thing that I liked is the USB connects to it in the middle, like above the Y key, instead of being offset to the left like it is for a lot of keyboards. So yeah, I think that this keyboard looks and feels great, but I know what you all are here for. Now I'm gonna shut up and just let the keyboard sounds speak for themselves. I know it's subjective, but I know I'm a fan of the clicks. You'll have to let me know what you think about how this keyboard sounds and what you think about the double clicks. While there's a lot I love about this keyboard, I'd be lying if I said there wasn't anything I'd change. These are all things that you might not care about, so take what I have to say with a grain of salt and make up your own mind. My biggest problem is it's not easy to access the arrow keys. You need to press either function F3 or F4, and then either WASD or 4 keys in the bottom right. And then you need to turn it off again with function F3 or F4. I think that this is a lot of work to use arrow keys, and so this is a problem on all 60% keyboards, but I'm a fan of designated arrow keys. It's a similar situation with other modifier keys like delete and insert. And of course, if you're not someone who uses the arrow keys a lot, then this doesn't matter, and that's great. And also, if you're just going to be playing typing games with this, then that also doesn't matter, because it's not like you're going to be using the arrow keys in NitroType or Type Racer. Another thing that I had a problem with was sometimes it would swap my inputs when I was typing quickly. So like I typed THE, but it would output HTE. I'm showing an example of that happening right now. I'm thinking that this is only a problem when you're typing fast, and I tested that by doing a couple races with QWERTY that I'm going to show right now, and luckily I didn't have any issue with that. So if you're someone who's typing below 100 words per minute, then I wouldn't worry about it at all. So, can this keyboard at a cheap price compete with premium $200 keyboards? It really depends on who you are and what you're looking for. For me, no. I'm not going to be using this keyboard that often, mostly because it just can't handle my input speed. But if you're someone who's just starting, then yeah, I think that you probably would not notice a difference between this keyboard and something that costs twice as much. If I wanted to practice QWERTY for a little while, I'd definitely consider pulling this keyboard out just because I really like how it feels. Even though I won't be using it as my main keyboard, that doesn't mean it's not a great product. I think it's pretty phenomenal that this keyboard is so accessible. I know that $47 is a lot of money for some people, but it's a lot cheaper than keyboards used to be. So if you're looking for a first mechanical keyboard, want to try out the KL box white switches, or just want to try something new, definitely consider the Motospeed CK61. Be sure to use the link in the description to order this keyboard from BZFuture.com, and you can use code NTIJ for 11% off. I hope this video helped you, and thank you very much for watching.